Hello again YouTube, just another quick kit video. So those of you who have been following me over the last sort of 12 months, you'll know that my personal journey as far as my kit concerned has started to head towards the sort of lightweight sort of end. I mean, we started off the beginning of this year, we were doing wild camps at Wistman's Wood and Great Miss and places on Dartmoor where we were carrying a lot of kit, heavy kit, and far too much of it. I had my heavier pack on, and it is like maybe a 50 or 60 litre pack, and it was full to the brim, and it was full out the top as well. You know, at one point I was carrying a sleeping bag, bivvy bag, tarp, and a full two-man tent. Hopefully, sort of moving on from there, we've made some refinements, or I've made, you know, lots of personal refinements to my kit, and I've started sort of going from 19 kilos. That 19 kilos included consumables such as food, water, and fuel for the stove. At that point, we didn't really know how to measure a base weight. We were just loading the packs up with everything we needed and roughly weighing them on the scales. So my base weight now, without consumables, so not including water, food, gas, insect repellent, sunscreen, just the basic items that I take every time I go, is now down at about 7 kilos. So that works out to be just over 15 pounds, which is a great place to be. It's comfortable, it's light, I can walk all day with it, I don't feel worn out, fatigued, but there's still room for improvement. So recently I purchased the Thermarest Ridge Rest Soul Light. It comes in two sizes. This is the smaller of the two. It's approximately 20 inches by 72 inches. It's an interesting piece of kit. It claims to be one of the most thermally efficient close cell foam pads on the market. I laid this on the ground and I could instantly, when lying on it, feel it starting to reflect my body heat back at me, almost to the point where you believed that it might have actually been heating up itself, the pad. It was that efficient and that quick. So that's very reassuring. The sort of major drawback with this is even when you roll it up incredibly tight, or as tight as you can get it, it is still quite a bulky item. So I've not yet decided whereabouts I want to cover that, or whereabouts I want to store that on my pack. I'd love the idea of there being enough space to open it up, slide it into the pack, and then pack everything else inside of it. But I just really don't think that's going to happen. I tried it with my old Berghaus pack, not my new low alpine one, and there was too much of it sticking out the top when it was on top of the sleeping bag, and the sleeping bag was not going to fit inside of it. At the moment, I've rigged something up to strap it to the side of my pack. As time goes on, I may try to possibly shorten it. Do I need 6 foot of it? I don't know. But the main point I'm trying to make is this is 130 grams lighter than the original pad I was using, so there's another 130 grams saved. If you watched my previous video on the low alpine ascent, you'll understand that I've saved another 800 grams on the weight of the pack. So then, you know, add those two together, you're talking nearly a kilo already. Those of you who've watched previous kit videos, you would have seen me using a Mora Bushcraft knife. It's a fixed blade, single bevel knife. It's made of carbon steel. It takes a really great edge. And if you can see, that's a 3.5mm thick blade. It's robust. It's great for battening, all sorts of bushcraft skills. It's heavy duty. It's a serious tool. However, so far, since we've been going out this last 12 months, this has been used for cutting some soft cheese. At 212 grams, this is excessive. For Christmas, my parents have bought me a very small, very practical, totally legal, non-locking penknife. It's got a carbon steel blade, which is very rare. It's difficult to find anything with just a carbon steel blade that holds such a good edge. Normally there's some sort of stainless steel which doesn't hold such a good edge. So it's made in England. I think it's oak knives. So it's Sheffield steel, very simple, very robust feeling, and it's about 70 grams. Okay, I'm sure you can buy a lighter knife out there, but I was quite specific in wanting the carbon steel blade instead of stainless. So there's another 140 grams saved right there. You'll all be familiar with the fact that me and Trev are using Jetboil stoves, which, though it represented a significant saving over the MSR reactor, however, we are now carrying one of those each. Anyway, I was watching several videos about how to sort of save weight. This one item just kept cropping up, mainly on these sort of more American sort of Appalachian Trail and the PCT videos where people are going sort of ultra lightweight. I don't know if you can see this. It's mainly in foreign jargon. This is a BRS 3000T. Bought it off of Amazon, something like £16 plus post and packaging, and it is absolutely tiny. YouTube is full of great reviews for this piece of kit. Yeah, it is so small, 25 grams. It's unbelievably small. I've tried it, just fits on a normal canister. It gets hot quick. and it's going to boil water quickly. But it's going to use more gas than the jet boil, so you know that needs to be taken into account. But if you're just going away for one night at a time, maybe two, you're just cooking in the evening and the odd cup of tea during the day, it's more than adequate. The jet boil has some great advantages. The feet on the canister, and it locks together with the cup, so you can move it around all as one unit even whilst it's still cooking. But you got to add up those conveniences against their weight. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm going to use this. I haven't been able to get hold of the titanium cook pot that I wanted in time to make this video, but I'm going to use this, a titanium cook pot that you can fit a canister in, and then that is going to be the sum total of my cook set. So hopefully I'm going to save sort of another 250 grams ish, roughly, in that investment. By the time you've spent sort of 16-17 pounds on this, maybe 35 pounds on a titanium cook pot that fits a canister in it, it's cheaper, smaller and lighter than the jet boil. You need to make your own personal decisions about the pros and cons and what you look for in a stove, but since I'm trying to save space and weight, I thought I'd give this a go. Yeah, it's got to be worth a shot. And it comes in this nice little bright green bag, so you're never going to lose it. So anyone who's sort of gone out and tried to make a video whilst they're hiking, or uses their phone for their GPS, or if you're like me and you can't quite let go of the smoking thing and you've got yourself a vape, all of these things require power. And power whilst you're on the trail, it's either you take a lot of spare batteries or you take power banks, because obviously these things will use weight. Now previously I've been using a Pebble Explorer. Yep, 8,400 milliamp. This weighs 300 grams. It's got a digital display. It's empty at the minute, but that goes up to 99. There's no cover that goes over the top of these, so these are permanently open. So you'll want to put this in a bag or something. I might be able to charge my phone, get a charge for the camera, and it's really hanging on in for whatever's left to try and top up my vape. However, for 500 grams, we have this solar powered. You want to give it a good charge before you go so it's fully topped up. If you can see the light sort of sprung into life then where it's receiving sunlight. This is a 25,000 milliamp hour battery, so it's almost 4 times the size of the Pebble Explorer. It also has, there you go, a torch. That is an SOS signal. ... .. So for 200 grams more, you've got 3 times the capacity. It's got a built-in SOS beacon and flashlight if needed. It does have a rubberized protective cover. It's got a lanyard so you can hang it from the back of your pack. Because I carry so many electrical items, I'm willing to sacrifice this extra ½ kilo so that I can keep everything topped up. As and when I reach a point where I'm comfortable no longer vaping anymore, I will sort of remove this from the pack. But right now, this is where it's at. I've charged it once and I've charged my mobile phone and vape off it numerous times, and it's still not fully sort of discharged yet. So and that sort of brings me to the conclusion of the new items that I'm putting in and out of my pack. And if you watch our videos throughout the year, we're going from just day hikes on Dartmoor to now sort of we want to sort of treat Dartmoor, rather than being a staple, as a fallback for when we can't get to mountains. So mountains is where we want to go, and it's the overnight camps in the mountains as well. So in order to do that, you have to be really strict with the kit that you're using. There are other elements, especially when you sort of start getting further into mountains, as we're going to, and we're looking into sort of training courses for this. When you sort of start heading off and going into the mountains, there are other safety items that you need to consider, like a rope, gloves for the use of rope, various sort of carabiners, screw gate carabiners, lanyards and bits and pieces, or slings, and items that you're going to potentially want to carry with you for safety reasons. I'm sort of fairly convinced that I can get everything I need into the 50 litres of the low alpine Ascent 4050 with maybe strapping the rope over across the top. I'm fairly confident I've got everything I need for winter hiking in there at the minute. It is just the rope and possibly an ice axe that I'm missing. So hopefully you found some help in this, or maybe you've just liked listening to me gibber on about nothing in particular. But thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you again at something or nothing on the mountain soon. Thank you very much.